It doesn't sound like Liam Neeson is a huge fan of the way Disney has taken the Star Wars brand the last couple of years. Liam Neeson recently appeared on the Conan O'Brien podcast and had this to say about the recent Star Wars content and its fan base. Speaking to Conan O'Brien, Liam Neeson, who played the Jedi Qui-Gon Jinn in the prequels, said Star Wars, quote, is a cult. He added, quote, there's so many movies and spin-offs, and I think you're diluting the whole thing. This is the second time this year that Neeson has weighed in on the Star Wars series. So not only did he drop these words on the Conan O'Brien podcast, but he's actually doubling down on recent remarks he made earlier this year before he actually appeared at the end of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Now, Neeson is aging. We can understand where he's coming from, of course. I think we got to go into this with an open mind and understand where he's coming from. Liam Neeson joined Star Wars when there was only 3 movies. All right, episode 4, 5, and 6. And at the time, those were just the 3 Star Wars movies. He was recruited to make 3 more to tack on to the saga. Now, he did that. He did great. He played his part. And his legacy has continued. Now, what Star Wars is doing, it seems, is they're trying to fill every gap of the timeline. They're pushing out TV shows. They're pushing out more movies. Even movies that don't even hit the market or get into pre-production due to unforeseen circumstances. So it's easy to see the big difference that it has had since his time in Star Wars and what it is now. So it's pretty understandable to see where he's coming from. And obviously, he was a big cornerstone of Star Wars. He plays Qui-Gon Jinn, a very powerful Jedi, somebody who could have potentially saved Anakin and saved the galaxy. So I'm sure him being in the position he's in as a very important ex-Star Wars cast member, I'm sure he is a little disappointed in where the brand is going. Hell, we even have a lot of the sequel actors speaking out against Star Wars, which is saying a lot. Liam Neeson has been out of this for, what are we going on, 15 to 20 years now? And you have sequel actors that not even 5 years have passed, and they're speaking out as well. So what do these comments mean for Star Wars? How should we perceive them? Should we be worried? I personally think this is nothing to worry about. It's just one man, one ex-cast member speaking their mind. But this should be taken into consideration by at least Disney. If you have one of the most beloved actors coming out and saying that the brand is diluted, your fan base is a cult, something needs to change, or at least that should light a spark under you. To at least maybe tone down the push out of series, get more movies out in theaters that are quality. Because the last thing you want as a brand is one of your top ambassadors, or what could be your top ambassadors, to speak negatively about you. I'm going to use this as an example. Say Tim Cook is seen out in public with a Samsung phone. And he gets asked by a reporter, hey, what do you got in your hand? Why don't you have an iPhone? You're the CEO of Apple. And he says, oh, well, Apple, we just push out too many phones and nothing really changes in between the phones. That's not a good look on Apple. People are going to start to question that. That's exactly what's happening with this Liam Neeson situation. It's one of your top ambassadors, one of your top people that can speak positively about Star Wars and breathe more light into it and bring more fans is saying negative things about it. And this honestly is damaging. I think these comments, since it's come out, have been brushed off for the most part in the mainstream media and the Star Wars fan base. But I think this needs to be talked about a little more in what exactly this means for Star Wars, because obviously it doesn't affect the content too much, but I think it can open up the higher ups' eyes a little bit. Take the words of Liam Neeson and change the output of content. In my opinion, the shows have been great. The movies have been all right. I think all of them, especially the TV shows, could have just taken a little more time to flesh out a better story, better characters, bigger budgets, especially for Obi-Wan Kenobi. That was a disgrace that they were limited by the budget in that series. But those are the things that Star Wars needs to fix for us to get back to this perfect point that we had back when Liam Neeson was around playing Qui-Gon Jinn. So now that I've covered that and spoken my 2 cents on it, tell me what you guys think in the comments. Make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe for more Star Wars content and reviews. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.